Hello everyone, here I'm back with the video lecture and today we're going to discuss the three major topics. First one was the density, second is torque and third is impulse. So majorly as you know, these are basically the core concepts, you can say that we can include these in the core concepts of analyzing any of the human movement with respect to basically forces. So majorly density, as you know that density, okay, we can start with just a simple question like have you ever wondered why a golf ball is basically heavier than a ping pong ball? Even though they look basically the same, they have the same size, but they have the different weight, or you can say the different, uh, maybe they can just heavier than from one another. So here the concepts entered is introduced as density. Majorly, in a very simple way, density is basically how tightly packed matter is basically in any space. Okay, it is the basic definition. You can say that like the part of, as you know that every object is made of matter. So matter is basically how tightly that particles of matter is packed is in any space is basically considered as its density. Now, as you know, same size, if we can take two things of same size, like one on one area, we have taken the golf ball, another is ping pong ball. So they have the same size, but as you know, that golf ball has the more density. So same like that, the bricks, as you know that the bricks feel heavier than any of the normal sponge you can use, even though they are look like in the same size, but the bricks have has basically more density. So majorly this is the major concept, as you know that how tightly a matter packed in any of the space is basically the density. But as you know in your book, the basic density definition is mass per unit of volume. Okay, basic unit, as you know that rho, we can just use that. But in a metric system, basically kg per meter cube is basically the unit that we are going to use. Basic formula, as you know that density mass is divided by any volume. You can get the density of any of the object if you have a mass, and if you know the mass and if you know the volume of any object, you can just easily calculate the density of any of the object. So majorly this is the easiest way to understand that what is density. Another example that is basically present in your book is basically muscle mass. As you know, as a physical therapist, as a doctor, it is very important to understand that, and you can relate that with your any concept with your human body. So basically, muscle is denser than fat. It is a very common phenomenon. Okay, muscle is always denser than the fat. That's why a lean person has higher body density than an obese person. Okay, fat is not dense. Muscle is more dense. So fat is less dense. So that means obese person has lower density. Muscle, the person who is lean but they have good muscle mass, that means that person can have a higher body density. This is the basic, you can say that the area, you can just say that the basic area, you can just connect that with the concept of density in a human body. Okay, many other things that uses the dense concept of density, but this is the basic. Okay, the second point in this density basically topic is specific weight. Okay, basically specific weight is weight per unit volume. But what is basically changed, as you have seen here, just a point. Mass is basically changed with the weight in this. Same thing, same, every concept is same. If two boxes are the same size but one is heavier, that one has more specific weight. Okay? If you have two boxes and one of them basically both have same size but one is heavier, so that means that that box has a specific its specific weight. So units, basically you know that metric, in metric system unit Newton per meter cube, and in English system pound per feet cube. Majorly these are the two units. With that, as you know that if as you know its relationship with density is directly proportional. Okay, if specific weight increase, density also increase. So these are basically the interlinked concept majorly. That's why we are discussing that here, and you need to understand this is as a basic concept. Okay, now the second point, as you know that we are going to discuss today, is torque. Okay, so I can just start same like that. I can just give you a question that why does a door open easier when you pushed at an edge? Okay, we always push any of the door at an edge, to open that. Why? Okay, you can just take or you can just compare it, basically performing both sides, like trying opening a door from a middle versus the handle. Now you need to understand which one is easier and you can just get the answer. Basically, here, a specific force is working on that, and that force is torque, a turning or twisting force. If you want to twist any object, or if you want any object to make a turn, majorly the force that is acting on an object is basically the torque. So, the starting from, as we have discussed the example, so I can just start with that example same times. Opening a door, when you push near the handle, basically far from hinge, it opens easily. That's torque at work, because when you can just push at the edge, it is basically give the door an easy way to get a twist force or turn force. So if you can just push from the middle, you have to put more force as compared before, but majorly this is the major concept. So first we can just scroll it down so we can just easily see what is basic the torque is, and basically rotator effect of any force, and majorly the formula shows that torque is equals to, majorly as you know, that force into distance from rotation point basically. So its unit is Newton meter or feet pound basically. So majorly we need to understand this concept in depth to understand what is torque. Okay, rotatory effect of a force, that is also called as moment of force. Remember, okay, basically created by centric force, not through the center of mass majorly. Now the force is basically in the formula is force that is applied, but the distance is distance from force lines of action to axis of rotation majorly. Greater the torque, greater the tendency for rotations. Now, the last thing in the concept of torque majorly is basically the centric forces and eccentric forces. Okay, majorly, as you know, as you can see in this picture. Okay, here the force is acting as a centric force, and on the other the force is acting as an eccentric force. Okay, so I can just tell you the difference between the both of them. Centric is basically when you can put a force on any object in exactly the center point. Okay, so they can produce a translation. The basic movement that is occurring is on the same direction, or on the same direction you are just putting a force, the object is moving in that direction. But eccentric forces produces a translation and rotation at the same time. Okay, a force is acting in this direction, like starting from this, but now adding the rotation at the same object. If you can just put, or you can just say that you can just give force to the object, as we have taken this here is an example of a pencil. So if you can just put force on one object other than the points, that is basically not the center of any of that object, is basically the eccentric forces. Okay, majorly that produces the translation, with that also the rotation. So this is majorly the concept of torque. Now the third concept we are going to discuss today is impulse. Okay, in a very simple way, what we can just say that impulse is how quickly, or you can just say without any question, you can just start with, if you can just push any object slowly, or if you can just hit any object quickly, the result on motion changes. That is basically impulse. Okay, even though the objects are same, but if you can just put the force on one object is slow and on the other is very fast, so that is basically changes the impulse. So basically impulse is the effect of force acting for a certain amount of time. So when we can just move any object in a slow way, so impulse is very low. When you can just move an object, and just take an example, if you hit a ball, a hard ball, with a bat, cricket bat, basically what would happen is there is a very quick strong quick force acting on that ball, and that generates a larger impulse. Majorly this is the basic example of impulse. Okay, so formula, as you know, force into time, the bigger the impulse changes the motion is more. The more the impulse, majorly says that the body changes, or you can say the motion changes, or change in any motion is basically more, you can say the higher. So this is the major concept of impulse, majorly impulse. But as you know that there are many other examples like golf ball slowdowns due to rolling friction, and as you know that the smaller force into long distance is equals to large pulse, the large force into short time is equals to large pulse. Majorly this is the very important concepts you need to understand. Force is small, but time duration is very long. That shows that impulse is large. But if the large force is acting and for a very small time, that also generates a large force because they both can make the impulse. So if any of them is long or large, that generates at the end the large impulse. So majorly as we have discussed the cricket bat hitting any ball, majorly that is very quick and with the short time. That's why we have said that the impulse is very short, majorly the short impulse, but the impact of force in that is very large. So that's why we have discussed that force is large but time is short, that generates at the end the larger pulse. So same like that as we have discussed all these things. So majorly this is the concept of impulse, and in your book basic definitions and basic things are same like that. So you can just go through that, and I'm just highlighting those points so you can just understand what we are going to what we have discussed today. So basically this is the, as you know that as we have discussed this example, the ball example, and majorly the definition that is very important. This is easily as we have discussed everything in that, so you just don't have to highlight everything. Okay, you just need to understand the basic concept of that. So thanks for watching. If you have any query, you can ask. And this is all for today. As we have discussed three topics, hope you can understand that. And bye bye. See you next time. Bye bye.